So I just got done watching the Sony conference live stream, and they did reveal the PS4. They didn't show it, but they talked a lot about it, and that's enough for me and a lot of other big gamers. And so I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I thought were interesting enough to share with you guys if you weren't able to see the live stream. So some things that I thought were pretty cool is they're trying to bring free-to-play games to PlayStation 4, and that means like big MMO online games. So I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing is that they're incorporating this thing called spectating, and what that is say you're on the dashboard and you're looking at what your friend's doing. Say he's playing a game that you don't have yet. You can watch him play it as he's playing, so it's kind of live stream. So you can watch him play while he's playing, but the cool thing is, if you do have that game, you can spectate and chat with him, so you can kind of guide him along and tell him what he needs to do in the missions if you've already done it. And you can even go further than that and give him some of your inventory, so the game knows that you have inventory, and so you can give him potions or something like that. So I thought that was amazing. But other than that, the controller pics that you have been seeing lately are real. That is the real controller, so you can look that up now. Go to Google and type in PS4 controller and you can see that. And the cool thing about that controller is there's a share button on that controller, and what it does is if you press it, it basically live streams your gameplay immediately. So if you have the right setup and technology, you can do that. So that's pretty big for the YouTube community. And on the game aspect, they did show a lot of gameplays for games that are coming out, and they did show a few game engines. So the game engines that they showed were the Luminous Studios engine by Square Enix, and they showed the Panta Rai engine by Capcom. And some games that they showed gameplay of were Ubisoft's WATCHDOGs. That game looks amazing. I will definitely put a link to that in this video if it is up by then, but if it's not, I will update the description and put a link to that in there because that game looks amazing. But they also showed gameplay for a new KILLZONE called SHADOWFALL, and they had a new Infamous and a game called Drive Club. And I'm not really a big racing fan, but when I saw gameplay for that, I was excited and I really wanted to play it. So if you're a racing fan, definitely check out Drive Club. Now onto the specs. They did talk about the CPU. They said that there is an x86 CPU in the PlayStation 4. So for you guys who know what the CPU does, you can look up the x86 and see what type of power it has. But they said that. They also said that the processor, graphics processor, is an enhanced GPU. So they didn't say exactly what processor it is, and that's pretty smart because not knowing what the new Xbox will have in it. So they did not say the graphics processor, but they did say that there's going to be 8 GB of RAM. So, and apparently there's going to be 2 different types of PlayStations right when they drop. There'll be the kind of lesser one where it's like, you know, the bare minimum, and then there'll be another one that will cost like another $100, and that will have a lot more to it. So, and 3 points that I thought I'd end on are that Blizzard is making a game that they are bringing to the PlayStation, and they're talking about bringing Diablo 3 to the PlayStation 3 and the PS4. So all you Blizzard fans, that's big news for you guys. And then also Bungie is talking about bringing a game and also designing games for Sony, which they haven't done. I don't know if they've ever done it, but they've had, you know, their Halo game on Xbox for the longest time. So this new game that they're designing called Destiny will be on the PlayStation as well as the Xbox. But the last thing I want to talk about is the graphics that is to be expected on the new consoles, not just the PlayStation 4. So the graphics that are going to be expected, I will link the game engines down below, but look at it this way. Say you're looking at a screen capture of the PlayStation 3. What you see it as is, you know, a final picture. It's nothing but art. But what a game designer looks at that as is a series of shapes. It's a series of polygons, and depending on the machine you're running it on, you only have a certain amount of polygons to use to fill up that screen, because if you use too many, the console won't be able to comprehend how much stuff is being thrown at it, and you know, that's where you get crashing and freezing and stuff like that. So apparently the new consoles will be able to run at a much higher capability when it comes to polygons. They showed an example of an old man's face, and he had like moisture, so you could see him sweating. You could see like all types of different, you know, facial features like freckles and lines and stuff. It looks so real. So basically what I can compare it to is like really cool CGI that Hollywood uses in their films. If you've ever seen the movie Beowulf, that is a very good example of what you will see on the new consoles. So that has been my thoughts on the PlayStation 4 / new consoles. Check out the links below, like the video if you thought this was interesting, and thank you for watching.